Yeah, hello again, scrappers. Kind of a little bit cold and windy outside today, so I thought, well, I better do a video inside. If the wind wasn't blowing, it'd be pretty nice. But that, of course, it's a north wind. So I've got a little motor and compressor. This off an old Harbor Freight. Seemed like it was a 8-gallon or something like that. Right? Air compressor. So I thought I'd go ahead and tear it down. The plan was yesterday I was going to drag up one of those big condenser units and tear it down for the video. Then I thought, well, I could do it today because things got away from me yesterday and things came up, so I didn't get a whole lot done. Day off and I didn't do much outside at all. It was pretty decent yesterday. So I have to do something, thinking a little bit ago as I was kind of warming the place up a little. It's about 42 outside, something like that. About what it was in here when I came in here. I'm not sure what this is, but tread. Yeah, right now it's saying about 52 in here. Had the torpedo heater on for a little bit, and I got my little heater over here blowing on this side, and then I got my other one on the other side blowing. That tripod looks like it's, that camera's not sitting in the tripod right. Let me fix that. I knew something didn't look right. That looks a little better. Looking at that monitor, everything was tilted. Just wonder if I should pan back further, but trying to stay close enough where you can get a good look. I was thinking this piece was brass that's fitting, but apparently not. Magnet sticks to it big time. So apparently that's just metal. See if I can get that. Yeah, that won't fit up in there. If it did, it'd probably spin it pretty nice. Try channel locks. If that doesn't work, then I'll get the crescent wrench. Yeah, there's probably not a whole lot to this one, kind of like the last one I did, but I thought I got a lot of little stuff in here to clean up. A lot of little small stuff. Still got the rest of this basket of brass, and looks like some aluminum in there, copper. Got a barrel of motors over here. I got motors out there. Motors everywhere. Lots of copper. And I need to get that cleaned up anyway. Okay, we'll get the head off. Now, a lot of times this little short Allen wrench, it worked pretty good. But if you get something that's really torqued on there, of course you can get a small piece of pipe. Another way to make a little cheater, get a small boxed end wrench, just slide it over, and then it makes a nice little cheater. It's not marked on this head, but we had this line here coming out, so I'm thinking the air filter probably was on this side. Which I got my air filters in the other day for my air compressor. Ordered some off Amazon. one of my subscribers, or viewers anyway, was talking about another scale on there that weighs up to like 440 pounds. And I was thinking, yeah, that'd be nice. I could put my barrel of copper on there, a barrel of aluminum, and I can kind of get an idea of what it weighs. So it's supposed to be in, I think, tomorrow. Looks like an aluminum gasket. Magnet sticks to that, sticks there. So apparently, yeah, well, that's probably what went wrong with this one right here. Let me get the camera and kind of bring it in on that so you can. I'm not sure if you can even get parts for these Harbor Freight ones or not. As you can see here, for this valve, that piece is all the way across, and this one here in pieces. So that's what happened. That thing broke, so then it wouldn't build up pressure. Sometimes that's all that's wrong with these air compressors. So I'm going to try to get around to get the components and fix some of these. My daughter's got a Campbell Hausfield. I know I can get parts for it, and I got another Campbell Hausfield out in one of the horse trailers. So I'm going to try to do a couple of videos on them. I need to get, I don't know, should I try hers first or do mine first? Yeah. Her be the guinea pig. I think I'll might go ahead and get the numbers. Well, I thought that would just pop right off of there. Yeah, maybe that's why the thing might be glued on there or something. Guess my camera moved, I'm not in the shot. I gotta see if I can find a cold chisel. I'm not sure if this tripod even sits level. According to the bubble, it's pretty close. I might have to run out to the other room, and unless I can do it with a screwdriver, I can try. I should have 3 or 4 chisels around here. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, a little tap and it came right off. The thing's got some weight to it too. Okay, magnet does not stick, so that's clean cast aluminum. Put that in the bucket. And the top of this is just all metal. So let's see. I dug out the that one's got a little torque to it. So the casing here is cast aluminum, so I'm going to want to get this off of here. And that's cast iron, so that can actually, you know, go into short iron or cast iron if you separate them. That's something I need to check with the yards around here. Usually I just throw it all into short iron and sell it that way, but then some yards don't even have a short iron category anymore. They just pay one price for all of it. And man, that one is torqued. I think I'm just twisting the wrench on that one. Yeah, I think I just twisted the wrench. Of course, that's old wrench. Man, I twisted the end of that pretty good. So I guess that's not coming off of there. I mean, of course, I don't know how cheap this thing is either. You can see how twisted that is. So that could probably actually go in the shred bucket. Okay, so much for that. Now on this back side, it's got 4 little bolts here. Yeah, speaking of doing cheaters, a lot of times, I'll do it on this one, you can drop a wrench in here and then have get more leverage. Of course, always be careful when doing that. If it slips, you know where your hand's going to go, know where the tool's going to go. You know, you can pretty well judge if it's going to do any damage. Should have figured out what this is. 10 millimeter, 5/16. Should have got a little socket or something. It probably would have been a whole lot quicker. But if time's a factor, just skip forward a little in the video. Tell you what, standing right here with the heater blowing on you from each side gets kind of warm. Turn that one out that way a little bit. I'd put it down on lower heat. I think that thing's got 3,000 watts and 5,000 watts. Of course, starting out I had it on 5,000. Right here I got a little reset switch. Looks like it's threaded in there. I'll have to see if I can get a hold of that with needle nose or something. Sometimes those switches are handy. Yeah, maybe doing a lot of videos here. Depends on the weather, of course. You know, we're in January and then February is almost here. Or we'll be here in a few weeks. We're not even halfway through January yet, but January, February are usually the coldest. I need to get out there and do some trimming on the fruit trees. Got a tree out front I need to cut up too before everything starts growing again. Anyway, I got the bolts out of that. Let me see if I can get into that piece here, get the switch off of here. I think it budged a little. It's hard to say. Kind of hard to get in there for sure. Yeah, I just have to bust it up and knock it out. Probably what I'm gonna have to do. Okay, now it looks like I can probably get a wrench on this side, smaller than 1/2 inch. Let's see. Of course, I feel like everything's turning over here. I don't know if I can get a good enough bite on it to. I may have to just cut it off with the Sawzall or grinder and be done with it. So I guess that's probably what I'm going to do, rub the grinder, cut it, knock it through. If you guys are wearing earbuds, pop them out, turn the volume down real quick, got the grinder. And I want to get that out of there so I'll have, hopefully have clean cast when I get done. Cast aluminum. Okay, that's out of the way now. Yeah, get a quick drink of water. Yeah, last week I was fighting a head cold a little bit. And just tapping lightly. Here we go. That looks like clean cast. I don't see anything in there. No bushings. Big stuff like that, fill that bucket up quick. Yeah, now it's just, there we go. It should slide out of there. I figured that was going to be hooked up in there pretty good. Oh well, let's find out what we got here. This is aluminum. Yeah, it's aluminum, so it's, which I got a barrel in there with aluminum windings anyway, so it doesn't take a couple minutes to get that out. Actually, I might pause the video and go get my air chisel, and I'll show you how I take those apart here in just a few minutes. I may have to put some vice grips on that thing, so I may need to go get them. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So we'll set this aside for a minute, and we'll get back to that here shortly. Doesn't weigh that much now. So usually on these things, get a nice light shining in the window. So we're going to use the angle grinder again. So like I said, if you got earbuds in, remove them real quick. Turn your volume down, one or the other. Okay, here we go. A lot of times you can use the Sawzall, hacksaw if you have to. I've even used the air chisel going from the inside and cut them. As you can see, that's all aluminum, no copper windings at all in there. So now to show how this part, I've got my air chisel. You can see how I modified the end of the chisel. Got a little V in it. And what I do, I just kind of come over the edge, apply a little bit of pressure. Work my way around. Didn't pull it out real easy, that's for sure. Copper usually goes easier than this. A lot of times aluminum is pretty easy. I have had some of these that I just have to pry them out with channel locks and fight them every bit of the way. I'm chiseling that up, but a lot of those haven't even budged as far as this end. So this isn't a real good demonstration. There's some of this loose stuff in here that's starting to come out of here. And a lot of people don't even mess with these aluminum ones. There's not really just a few cents in here anyway. Sometimes it's better to throw it into shred and be done with it. Of course, you get the stubborn ones, and I get the channel locks out. I like channel locks because it's got this back edge where it kind of gives you some leverage. I'm going to cut this string, get it out of the way. Yeah, that was hooked in there pretty good. Yeah, I got wire everywhere. Yeah, all that aluminum wire right there probably won't weigh maybe half a pound. It's not going to be much. But, you know, it all adds up. So if you don't have a whole lot of scrap to do, that's what I was going to grab. I was going to grab wire cutters. I forgot to. Guess I used my Gerber. Now I'll have to check, but this wire here, yeah, it looks like copper here. So I'll set it aside. I got what, 1, 2, at least 5, 6 of them that don't want to break loose. Like I said, a lot of motors, it comes right out, and this one here is being very stubborn. There's 2 of the strings attached. It tries to pull a lot out at once, and sometimes that just doesn't work well. Anyway, I ought to go ahead and set this aside and just go ahead and finish up what we're doing, and I'll finish this up later on off camera, because no point in you guys watching me just fight this thing. I'm sure you got better things to do. So a few of these straggler wires. I did get that bolt broke loose. I was waiting for the air compressor to catch up. Got it unthreaded most of the way. Got broke loose with the vice grips. It was pretty tight, quite a ways out too. That's interesting. That just slides right over the shaft. Do have a little bit of oil in there. So we got this. And there's the piston. So now we got clean cast aluminum pretty much, short iron. We got a little bitty piston. It's kind of cute, really. Okay. I don't have a bucket in here for short iron anymore. It's out in the other room. Yeah, I gotta go out there John Deere riding mower later today. Supposed to do it about 3 weeks ago, but then I forgot all about it, and got back with the guy, which his wife was sick that weekend anyway, so he said it worked out good that way. And I was going to do it last weekend, but had that bitter cold come in, so then I got with him. Going to do it yesterday, but he had other things to do. And then we're going to do it about 1 o'clock today, but then when I called him, he said he had to help a buddy of his move some furniture. So he said 5 or 6 o'clock today. I thought, okay, well, it's dark by 6. But I told him I'd give him a call back about 4. That way I can head up there, so I've got the trailer hooked up, ready to go. I may have to stop and get gas along the way, but that'd be about it. Now this thing's got a little sight window for your oil level. Didn't look like it had any in it, but I can see by looking in the top hole here where the piston was that there's a little bit of oil in there. So I'm going to get these 2 bolts out, flip it over in this pan, and let the oil flow down into the pan while I pull the other 2 bolts out. There's a bit of oil in there. Doesn't look like it's ever been changed. So it doesn't surprise me. People don't maintenance their equipment anymore. Somebody will put a air compressor in their shop and they just let it run and run and run, and it's like anything else. After so long, you need to maybe, you know, at least check the oil, keep it topped off, keep adding new if it needs it. But this plug right here on the back, I'm sure you could have put a socket on it, put a pan under there and pulled it out, drained it, you know, once a year. It says oil required. Compressor will use up oil during operation. Check compressor oil before every use. That'll be clean cast once we get that little side off of there. It's got a big rubber gasket. Goes over all the way. That's a little different. Now by looking at this, you can see in there we've got a little screw in there that tightens down the end of that crank. Too bad that didn't have a little screen or something I could set on. So now I gotta find out what size that is. Try this 5/16, see. Bigger than that. Could be measured. Try a 3/8. Yeah, 3/8 fits. Kind of tight, but it fits. Okay, that's coming out. Now I gotta find a smaller. Yep, that one fit. Rather than dig through all that other stuff. And actually, that should be loose enough. Shouldn't have to take it all the way out. Back it off some. I doubt if it goes into the okay. Try this punch. Nope. Yeah, I may have to fight with that off camera for something. Let's see if I can get in there and try. Surely that thing's not threaded. It could be though, you never know about it. Some things you never know about. It's not wanting to move, so I may have to get in there with a sawzall or something and just cut the shaft there if I can. Or work that screw out some more, I don't know. I'm not sure how long this video's been going, but probably too long. I'll get that out of there one way or another. If I have to, I'll take the plasma cutter and cut the case in half. Something I'm going to do one of these days, make a video of the plasma cutter cutting aluminum and stainless. I got a big kind of rack or something that's stainless out there in the field, and need to bring it up and cut it down. I just got a bunch more consumables in day before yesterday, I think, Friday. Ordered this one package of consumables. It was like $40, but at that cost, I don't remember how many pieces it had, but it roughly for each tip setup it'd be like $1.44. So that was pretty reasonable, I thought. I don't remember how much. First I bought was like 15 bucks. See, now that went in because I hit that. I gotta figure out why. get a pry bar in there and see if I can't put it in the vise or something, pry up on it with one hand and then try to maybe hit the air chisel on the other piece and see if that'll come out. Got the wrong bit in there for that right now. I can fix that. Okay, back. We're gonna see if I can get that thing out of there. Pry up on it and doesn't really look like it's moving. Not going nowhere. Like they say, when all else fails, just get a big hammer and bust it up. So I'm going to call it quits there. I want to thank everybody for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, enjoyed watching me suffer, fight a losing battle, I'd figure out what size that is. I took a socket off here yesterday. I need to bring it back out here and get it back on. Yeah, that one fits. Now the compressor's kind of loud. It's in the other room, but I want to thank everybody for watching. And remind everybody about the Amazon affiliate store. I do have some supplies, tools, cutting discs, whatnot on there. So give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. But that kind of shows on scrapping. Sometimes not everything's not all that easy. Sometimes you just live and learn. Sometimes you fail. Yeah, I don't know if you'd actually fail so much, but not everything comes apart sometimes like it should. So you have to use alternative methods. So I'm just kind of looking at this thing. And everything went black there for a minute. I don't know if it did on your end too, or if it's just a monitor. But I can't get that up, so I don't know if I can get in there and cut the shaft, or if I have to, I'll just cut on both sides or something, plasma cutter. Or like I said, just take a big hammer to it and bust it up. I can take a grinder and probably cut it. Maybe faster plasma cutter. Or I could throw it out there in my melt pile and just melt it down. Might be the easiest thing to do. Don't waste any more time on it, because cast aluminum is not that much money anyway. But 45, 48 cents a pound maybe. Somewhere in that neighborhood. I just throw it in the melting pot, melt the aluminum off of it, and be done with it. Make aluminum ingots out of it. Sell them on eBay. So thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you in the next video. And I'm not sure what it'll be, but we'll see you later. Bye bye.